Very much, Mr. Baum, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we come back to you. Now, moving on to Iran, Iran has arrested at least 4 senior members of the Reform Front, including its head Azar Mansouri, following a recent wave of political crackdowns. The arrests are part of a broader campaign of mass detentions aimed at curbing dissent after last month's deadly protests. The most violent unrest in Iran since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Among those arrested are Ibrahim Asgharzadeh, Mohsin Aminzadeh, and Mansouri. Authorities have yet to clarify the charges against those detained, though state media have linked them to foreign-backed groups. The arrests highlight the ongoing tensions in Iran as authorities seek to suppress further protest activity. Now we welcome back Mr. Peter Baum. He's an editor at Weekly Blitz, joins us live from London. Thank you very much, Mr. Baum, for staying with us. Now, looking at Iran, do you think that Iranian government is now trying to, suppress the voices that were, or the people who were standing up for themselves? Do you think they're trying to enforce fair?
Well, clearly they are. We've seen this in the last few months. This is just another process by which the totalitarian theocrats want to suppress any opposition voices who feel that the current government is acting in a way that is frankly immoral and inhumane. The Iranian government have very little else they can do. This revolution is not going to die down despite the atrocities committed by the Iranian government, and they are currently in a very weak position. By suppressing these opposition voices clearly exacerbates the weakness of the government. So going forward, we can see the continuing build-up of military hardware by the United States, discussions they're having with Israel, the other countries surrounding Iran closing their borders virtually, and Russia and China not being able to help their Iranian ally as they would like to. In addition, the Iranian proxies are very weak as well. So this suppression of opposition voices in Iran is to be expected. It's surprising that these people haven't been arrested previously. Perhaps the Iranian authorities weren't able to get hold of them, or perhaps they were busy suppressing the riots in the streets. One doesn't know why that in the last 24 hours they've arrested these opposition voices. I suspect more will come, and it's only a question of time now, should the negotiations fail with the USA, and I believe they will, that we will see some kind of military action.
So, Mr. Baum, in case these negotiations do fail, well, let me go back. So, how should we interpret, after the negotiations, the latest one in Oman? So, US, of course, did not issue any statements after that, but Iran did, and Iran was rather positive about, or their attitudes was rather positive. So, do you think this is a genuine diplomatic progress between them, or a familiar pattern where we see dialogue and pressure being pursued in parallel?
No, there was no diplomatic progress with the negotiations, and all, excuse me, all the Iranians can do is play for time. So their statement about there has been some progress was totally expected from them, because all the Iranians want to do is to have another series of negotiations in 1 or 2 weeks' time. I believe the Americans, because the Iranians completely rebuffed the 4 points that Donald Trump insisted they look at, I believe there may be one more round of negotiations very quickly. But after that, if the Iranians don't comply with Mr. Trump's demands, which is non-enrichment, stop enrichment of uranium, stop ballistic missile production, stop cracking down on the protesters and stop funding and arming their proxies, if they don't comply with all those four requests, demands I should say, then I think we will see military action.
With that, I'd like to thank Mr. Baum for joining us today and sharing that insight throughout our news. Thank you very much.